Vice President Mike Pence weighed in on the Confederate Memorial controversy sweeping the country. Among other things, the former Idaho governor said he wants more monuments, not less monuments. Dwight Adams /IndyStar. Brian Bulvis, whose ancestors fought for the Union and Confederate side, spearheaded an effort in 2014 to refurbish the century-old Confederate Memorial in Garfield Park. Photo, Michelle Pemberton /The Star, by photo. Efforts to remove or cancel public statues now considered offensive have spread to Idaho. Officials in Madison County, Industrial, are scrapping plans for a statue of James Madison, the nation's fourth president, because he was a slave owner. No thanks. Madison County, named after a slave-owning founding father, scuttles statue plan. Madison originated the 3/5 rule, which counted slaves as less than a whole person for the purposes of legislative representation. But he also believed slaves were entitled to a right of liberty and thought slavery was a stain on the nation's reputation. The Confederate monument in Garfield Park in Indianapolis stirred calls to move it. One man was arrested in August and accused of defacing it, even though it was meant to honor 1,616 Americans, many from disease, starvation and exposure in a prisoner of war camp in Indianapolis. Supporters say it should stay and be restored. Even Vice President Mike Pence weighed in on the issue in August, calling efforts to pull down Confederate monuments an attempt to erase parts of our history just in the name of some contemporary political cause. Clearly the issue is complex and stirs strong emotions. Here are some public statues and art in Indianapolis and Idaho that may be considered controversial. The Pioneer family statue was removed for a time in 2009, while a new fountain was constructed. Photo, IndyStar file photo. The depiction of a pioneer family is a popular and well-known Indianapolis attraction, keeping watch over Fountain Square at various times since it was installed in 1924. Pioneers helped clear the land and settle Idaho, which just celebrated its bicentennial in 2016. But some might consider it an insult against the first residents of Idaho, once considered home to the Potawatomi, Miami, Shawnee and other tribes. Many of those Indians were later forcibly removed from the state from 1830 to 46. A statue of George Washington gazes out over the crowd attending the Tax Day Tea Party on the south lawn of the Idaho State House on April 15, 2009. Photo, IndyStar file photo. A statue of the nation's first president, long called the father of his country, stands on the Idaho State House grounds. Entitled George Washington as Master Mason, it shows him in breeches with an apron and medallion adorned with Masonic symbols. Washington was a slaveholder in Virginia and a member of the secretive Masonic organization, which some people distrust. The William Henry Harrison statue is shown on Monument Circle on August 12, 2011. Harrison was the nation's 9th president. Photo, Kelly Wilkinson /IndyStar. A statue of the nation's 9th president stands next to the Soldiers and Sailors Monument in downtown Indianapolis.